Everybody.
So excited.
Welcome to Best Whole New World, and I have the beautiful Diana Harrison with us from Alabama, USA.
Hi.
And we're going to be talking today about rising to your true expression. And I just realized that Melody and I are doing Rising to Love. So rising seems to be this new word that's entering our vocabulary. So what does rising to your true expression mean to you, Diana?
For me, it means stepping into God's vision of you and doing and becoming all that He knows you can be as you trust Him and trust the vision that He has for you. And it helps elevate you to your true expression. So basically, following what you know in your heart to be right for you. Some people call it inner guidance. And following that immediately and without, just free of questioning, just move forward and follow things that you know are true. So that's what I think.
Well, I would concur. Like it's the God-given gift of life, right? And that as we each express who we really are coming from the inside out, then the world and everything reflects that because we're in alignment. So I'm hoping you can say hello to your kids that are watching on your page or over on your profile there, because I just shared over to there so they can tap in on the other room and see Mom. And why don't you just share, you're a mom of how many children?
I have 5, and it's awesome. I love it. And then I have 3 that have extra special needs, and they are my world. They're just the most amazing people, very independent, very secure in who they are. And I just feel so grateful to be able to be their mom. So if you're able to watch, children, I love you. Are you on?
So now
they are not, but they're amazing.
I feel like rising to your true expression, a lot of people are attached to what that idea is. So when you were growing up and considering being a mom, were you open to just being a mom, or were you attached to how that should show up in your life?
I knew I was going to have a little girl. I knew since middle school, I knew I was going to have her. And so I didn't know what anything else would look like, but I knew I was going to have a little girl, and I was so excited. So I don't know that there was a specific attachment. I just knew that we were going to have fun. So, and we do. We really do.
And like for your kids, for instance, right? Because I want people to get what an extraordinary mom you are in terms of being able to handle 3 kids with extra, very special, unique personalities, really. They're unique, perfect expressions just the way they are. Exactly. And the world has wanted to label them as something other than their perfection in how they express themselves. So did you view that as that sense of their rising to their own self-expression when they came into the world with you?
Yes, absolutely. That is something that I feel is a global feeling for me. Wherever people are, and I've always been this way my entire life, it's wherever you are, you go from where you are, you move forward with your strengths, finding your strengths. Everyone's strengths are different. If we all knew what other people have that they face, we would say, ooh, oh, every single person is blessed with exactly what they need to be able to move through their journey and have full joy. And I see that every day, and I am just so grateful. And one of the most interesting parts about having, children that have extra special needs is I'll say, if this person has this or that, I ask my children before I even share. I'll say, hey, can I share a little bit more about you? And I'll say, this makes this person extra special. And sometimes at first people will be like, oh, I'm so sorry. And I'm like, I'm not. I'm delighted. And they are too. Look at them. And they're like, oh, they are delighted. This is awesome. So you just work with, life is about finding strength wherever you are and moving forward. I really believe that, and trusting that God is going to help you through anything that happens, that you'll be able to be guided, to be able to know what is true and what is right in your situation. And that is information that you have to come to on your own, independent of anyone else looking in and making any judgments on your situation. Are you judgment-free zone? And when somebody comes to me, and people love this about me, we haven't talked about this before, I don't believe, but people will call me actually and just say, I want to talk to you because I know that you will allow me to feel whatever it is I'm feeling. And I'm like, well, why wouldn't I? Yeah. And then talk about where they are and what their strengths are and what perceived things they want to, perceived weaknesses is what I call them, because I believe in strengths and finding strengths and making something that you think is a weakness a strength. And so that's what they do, is they'll call me and they'll be like, okay, I want to work through this. And I know you'll listen to me, because I accept and love people exactly where they are and trust that they will follow their inner guidance. Just like I trust my children. I totally trust my children. When they say, I don't feel good about this, I listen to them. And instead of, you better get back in this box right now and do what I think is what your inner guidance should be saying. Who does that? So anyway, so trust people. If someone's saying, I'm really feeling strongly, I need to do this, step into that and go, okay, okay, I trust you. I trust that you will get the answers that you need for you. So
that's fabulous. And I love how you honor where everybody is at. But let's be, frank, because we're both moms. Mine are now 22 and almost 18. So we've all had our experiences. Are there ever times where you're going, oh, what did you do?
Well, this would be a perfect example. She's grounded today, and we don't use that word.
But I'm not.
Okay, I want you to go in.
Am I grounded or not?
Oh, we'll talk when I'm finished.
I'm not.
We're going to talk when I'm finished.
But I'm not, though.
We're going to talk when I'm finished.
I'm pretty sure I'm not.
I have very strong children.
I'm out.
Pocket. She has the key to the room, so yes. And she like puts it up in the air and goes, go get online. Go get online. Mom's online right now, and I'm waiting to see you. It's on Facebook. Is it on Facebook, Jacqueline?
Yeah, on your profile.
On my profile. Hit refresh. Go. And promise me you won't use the key again.
Okay.
Thank you. So there you go.
Yes, this was a perfect moment to say there are times where things just don't go smoothly, but that's how you roll with the punches, so to speak.
Absolutely. Like when I was blow drying my hair and my little guy kept turning. He's small enough that when I'm upside down blow drying my hair, he can go click, 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 and just click the blow dryer off for me. It's just, it's just those things that you look at and you're just like, okay. And I had to giggle. You have to giggle. And so I gave him a little, you just kiss him, give him a little pat on the head, let him know that he's a part of the equation too, and that he's important. Things that we feel or interpret as setbacks usually are the things that spring us forward with moments of love.
Hence, love, encourage, repeat.
Absolutely.
And where did I come up with that?
My husband came up with that. He felt that described me, which I thought when I saw it on the website, he just put it in as a little filler and it stayed. It was amazing. I'm like, who are you? You're so cool. He just felt that summed up what my attempt in everything I do is with people, and what I encourage other people to do as well is to love and accept people exactly where they are, to encourage them wherever they are on their journey, with free of looking at them and saying, oh, well, you should be here, you should be there. Just love them and then encourage them wherever they are, whatever they need, And then just repeat. Just repeat the whole process. Love, encourage, repeat.
And that gives you the freedom to be present to what actually comes. So when your little one's turning off and on the blow dryer, you can actually identify that he's probably going, this is really cool. On, off, on, off, on, off. And you know, if you're focused just on, I need to get my hair blow dried, like a lot of people, I need to get out the door, I need to get through my to-do list, you're missing their moment of, oh, wow, whew, oh, I got the power, off, on, I got the power, off, on, you know?
Speaking of power, can I tell you, on Sunday, we're in church, and they're doing a children's program, and so, you know, all the parents are all excited, all their children are up there, and we're sitting on the front row, and I actually felt good about sitting on the front row because there's a door, and you can slip out the door if, you know, we start having anybody that needs a little extra anything. Okay. And my little boy who has Down syndrome, James, leans over and just ever so gently reaches to the light switch and goes, off. The entire place where all the children are sitting goes dim, not all the way off,
right,
but completely dim. And you know, I saw more smiles from that because people get it. I'm like crying, I'm laughing so hard, like I'm
like,
that was beautiful. It was just the most beautiful moment where it was. And I just looked around, and instead of, oh, he turned off the lights in church during a program.
Right.
That was my child. He knows how to turn it off.
Now, if you look back, was the moment in the conversation, was it well timed? Like, was there whatever they were discussing? Was it kind of like too that he was making a grander gesture, like? Okay, enough?
I'm trying to remember what it was. It seemed like my husband and I just kind of looked at each other like, that was awesome. But I don't remember. I'll have to ask my husband. I was giggling. The most challenging thing is not just bursting out in absolute laughter when these things happen. I would ask, we've had comments made like when they're passing the sacrament about bodily functions that need to be relieved immediately, in quite loud, explanations in the past as children have been younger.
Right.
And so now when things happen, I'm just like, well, at least no one yelled they had to poop. So I whispered it this time. And that for other people might seem like, oh, her child. Yeah, you know what? My child does. He knows enough to say, I need to go, and I need to go now. I don't care what you're doing. I gotta go.
Yeah, like, what is priority here? Okay.
Yeah, exactly. So and I love and honor these little people. I do. I honor them exactly where they are. I teach them that, hey, perhaps we could whisper, I will hear you even without you yelling that, so we're good. But rolling with whatever happens and just being fluid and being accepting and loving. I mean, this is a younger child that's learning to communicate that wasn't verbal before. Mm-hmm. So I'm grateful that he can tell me, thank you very much. And if anyone wants to have any whatever about it, that's on them. Sorry, that didn't sound as warm and fuzzy as I thought, but people need to take responsibility for their own feelings. And if they're going to be embarrassed, that's fine, but I'm not. I know that my children are phenomenal and they're the biggest gift that I've ever been given. And I see that, and I see them as the gifts that they are. So children, if you are listening to mommy, I adore you. You are the biggest gifts of my life. And as I've been sharing my story, they have been the center of my world. Being able to share with the world, but then also let them know that they are having my focus. I get to be their mom, and I'm thrilled. So.
Well, yeah, that is absolutely a huge blessing for those of us that are moms. I mean, I once upon a time never really wanted to be a mom. I made jokes about popping out too and going back to work immediately, having twins, and that would be the extent of it. And heck, I've been home pretty much every day of my children's existence, and they're 22 and almost 18. So it's a journey. And I as you were sharing about how beautiful they are in expressing themselves, I had another mom say to me that maybe what the children are teaching us now, that we are considering, they are, the old model, like the old desktop computer. So the old conversation is you're disrupting things.
Right.
And they are disrupting things because they are saying from wake up, everybody. Your rules, your systems and structures don't make sense to a large degree. Like, just think about it. Your child saying, I need to go poop. and if that's what he's expressing, God gave him the ability to know his own body. And if he's in the middle of sacrament, then that's even better because he's saying, God's speaking to me.
I'm processing things, Mom. Come on.
Come on. I got the message. Let's go. I'm totally in tune with what's happening here. And yet we've created this very boxed image of how things are to be. And just even when you said about laughing, I mean, that's something that I've started to do just more, is realize, you know what, why am I holding in laughter? I was holding in laughter previously because I didn't want to embarrass anybody else to think about what it was or whatever. But I realized some things that now that I laugh at that I just find are so ridiculous. Okay, I'm Canadian, right? And you happen to live in a country where a lot of people notice who your president is. And I can say, you know what? It can be like watching a comedy show. Okay, it can be it's you, for the people that get in amongst and get all fearful. I go, well, what if you were just watching it with a different approach? It can be humorous. It can be humorous, and I'm okay that not everybody sees it that way. But I feel like it's like turning on Big Bang. Oh, that could be a bad joke. No.
I haven't seen that. I don't know what that is.
Oh, the Big Bang Theory. It's about scientists and creating. It's very funny.
Oh, yeah.
But I meant like the Big Bang in some of the way people are describing things that are going on. They're afraid of having a Big Bang. So I didn't, actually. Okay, so yes. See, I have a different sense of humor than you do.
Like, on this. Explain that one to me later. All I know is that people do perceive things differently, and it's okay. It's okay. The people that are fearful, it's like, you know what? I will listen. I will love you. The people that are giggling about Big Bang Theory, and I'll have to talk to you more later. And I'm sure you've got some awesome theories. But yeah, things. It's kind of neat though, because it's like you'll find that as you follow the things that you feel you need to do, other things just naturally happen as a part of you listening. Like the other day, I felt like I needed to get up and go do something, and it was like, run, do it now. And I'm like, okay, then here I go. And I did. I hurried. I went quickly. And every experience that day was exactly where I knew I needed to be. And it was phenomenal. And I'm seeing results from listening to the things that happened that day. So it's just like, whoa, just follow whatever it is you feel you need. If you have a thought to call someone today and it pops into your brain and you feel like, oop, I need to call this person, or you see someone and you feel like smiling at them, or, I smile at everybody, I really do. But there's some people that I just feel more connected to immediately. Like, I just know that I'm supposed to talk to that person, or whatever your experience is, just follow it. And I just want to encourage people to be faithful as you step out in love.
And if you need support with things like that, I mean, that's the essential ingredient, is to learn to accept support and help to be able to trust your own inner guidance, to trust that where you feel God is guiding you. Because when you get that confidence to do that, as Diana is expressing, then life just flows so much easier because you're completely unattached to the result and you can be present, which is what the conversation is in so much, is receiving the gift in the moment, being present to what all the blessings that are given to you in the moment, and then you can enjoy the journey.
Yep, exactly. And you'll have support through your journey as you listen to those things. That's the beautiful thing. People sometimes they kind of tease me a little bit. And they're like, you're a superhero. And I'm like, hey, the only reason I'm flying is because God's let me borrow his cape. And that is the truth. He guides us, helps us know what to do so that we can fly. And it's beautiful.
And that is a fabulous way to end off, imagining that you've got your cape and your superhero and we're all flying with our own superpowers coming through.
Yep.
And we
all have them.
Exactly. And we will be here next week at 9 o'clock Central Time, right?
Yes, and I will make sure my key for my room is not in the hands of a 7-year-old.
It's okay. It was lovely to see Annabelle.
Oh, I love her.
Thank you for joining us and have a beautiful day, and we'll talk later on.
Okay, thanks. Bye.
Bye.